Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube. The other thing, this is the sixth criterion I have, and tying into everything before, is you have to have a big enough customer base to sustain the business. And they have to be willing to pay the price that you require to be profitable. This varies obviously by market. It varies by business and what your costs are. But I have talked to farmers who've struggled, and they often curse market gardening as something that isn't viable. And I obviously know that's wrong. They just can't sell enough. So part of this is knowing your costs. What do you need to sustain your business? What do you need to sustain your lifestyle? Obviously, you have to pay yourself for doing this. If you're somebody who's just single and has a very low cost lifestyle, you can afford to sell less off your farm. If you have a slightly higher cost lifestyle, a full family and expenses, you're going to have to create a customer base that can do all that, which means you have to produce the product to get into that customer base. And it's always, if you visualize salad mix, one bag might sell for, I don't know, $7. If you need to make $2,000 a week and you think you're just going to do that off salad, I don't know, what is that number? That's 285 bags of salad. That's probably 285 people for the most part. Are most people at the market getting 285 customers that come up to buy stuff? So this is where you need to think about market streams, where things are going to move. You may need to think about redundancy or multiple market streams. I'm not just a farmer's market farm. I also have a online store. I also sell to a restaurant. I also sell to a wholesaler to get enough out the door to sustain the business, because you could do everything right and not sell enough, and it's a glorified hobby. If you can't pay yourself a living wage, and I know a lot of farms that are market farms that are in this category of, they make money, but the lifestyle of the people who run them is supported by whoever isn't the farmer has an off-farm job. And that's what really pays the bills, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you ever want to fulfill that dream, if it is the dream of getting person A onto the farm to be full-time, or have the farm be some sort of viable economic contributor to the household, it comes down to growth. That's all this is at the end of the day, whether you're selling lettuce, chapstick, yoga mats, or hamburgers. The bigger the business, the more customers you have. How can you get more customers? And ideally, you want customers that can pay the highest possible price that you can. I'm all for this food access, give everybody access to food, but many failed farms were built on the idea of providing food access to people who can't pay full retail. There isn't enough of those people. They can't pay enough. It just makes it that much harder. So that, I think, is critically key when planning a farm. And you can give me your thoughts. It's not enough just to do the crop plan. It's not enough just to prepare the soil. It's not enough just to get the infrastructure. Who are you selling to? And how much can you sell them for what price? And does
Yeah.
that work for where you need the business to be financially?
I've got quite a few thoughts there, Diego. I think I'll start with this one. What one entrepreneur needs to measure will be different than another. Modern grower, different than Roebuck Farm. But it's important to measure things, and we could all do a better job at it. Without talking numbers, I've measured for a long time, what can I deliver on the road? What am I delivering, sorry, per hour from door to door? From when I leave the farm, I get across town, 3 retail stores, 2 supermarkets, 6 restaurants, back. What am I delivering per hour? That one, I can see that one now rather than having to measure it all the time. That's and then you'll find what is the value that you have to deliver per hour that is viable, so your business, so you can pay your wage and have a buffer to invest as you need to. So prior to the recession, and this might sound like just get into market gardening, it's a no-brainer, but I've been delivering $1,000 an hour in New Zealand for the last 4 seasons, every delivery from door to door. And so if I'm on the road 2.5 hours, it's 2,500. And it's relative to your context, to your outlets. That's why we really enjoy the supermarket. Our first supermarket is a double fridge. So my main unload is there in 15 minutes. With the downturn currently, I'm still going to our restaurants. We're loyal with them. I know I'm delivering volumes that are less, it's not ideal, but we're there for the long game. And so I'm very aware of my deliveries and my time and what it costs me to be on the road with that. And we're really excited for wholesaling. And same, it's easier to say, I'll never wholesale, the margins aren't there. It's always easy when someone has been before you. And I know a lot of growers wholesale. We don't have the restaurant volumes to wholesale currently here. One of my close friends in Australia, on their second lease, 50% of their business was wholesale. And watching the relationships they had with the wholesalers, how fluent it was for them, the wholesalers were coming to them and picking up on the farm. And so they're not having to deal with being on the road to multiple places for smaller volumes. Wholesalers coming in, one big hit, they had 3 wholesalers coming to pick up. Half of their business was picked up by 3 different entities in a very short amount of time. And it was a 50% markup. I think that's quite big, but they made it work because they were doing volumes without all of the small packaging, without doing small units. And where our wholesaler is got a flexible margin based on if a client purchases more regularly, they get a better discount. If they purchase less often, but it's a bigger add-on. So we are in this scenario with the wholesaler where our product is coming in under our brand. It's not just amalgamated salad by any type of salad. And so when understanding that the restaurants, mainly restaurants that purchase more of our product, they're getting a better margin, and that so the margin on top from the wholesaler is not set or standardized. So it took a while to understand how the logistics work, and we're just navigating that one at the moment. Pretty excited to see with our model, because we're very small. When the farm is finished, we're 180 50-foot beds. There's no more space. And I'm still real confident that my limitation for sales is not my land area, it's my consumer space. And so we're planning for that. So ideally, long term, we just keep increasing our salad sales. We grow other veggies too, but the salad is really, for us, where the best margins are.
Hello, growers. Say goodbye to heavy sandbags and hello to modern growers' quick hoops, low tunnels. Protect your plants from pests, wind, rain, and frost without the hassle of sandbags or flimsy hoops. Our patented design eliminates the need for clamps and ropes, while the unique wire system keeps covers secure yet easily accessible. Tested in the strong winds of New Zealand for over 20 years, Quick Hoops are light, strong, portable, and versatile. Most importantly, they're designed for field use. These aren't some lightweight system that only looks great in a greenhouse. Our hoops are designed to last in harsh field conditions. Use them with any covering to grow year-round and safeguard your crops. Shade cloth, frost blanket, insect net, clear poly, no problem. Quick Hoops can handle them. Get Quick Hoops today at shop.moderngrower.co and protect your crops for years to come.